Brothers and sisters, this is Vic Callender. Good afternoon to you. The subject of this um, voice note today is prefaced on us being the most unkind people to us. Us being the most unkind people to us. We are the most unkind people to us. That's the subject here today. It's now 18:20 or 6:20 Pacific Standard Time. As I said earlier, it's the 12th of April 2025. Brothers and sisters, there are a lot of things that go wrong in our lives across the spectrum, across the board. A lot of things. The transatlantic experiment that brought our ancestors from the west coast of Africa to these Americas and the Caribbean um, was a cruel and sad, probably one of the most tragic circumstances in the history of man. So many were displaced, dislocated, never to go back to the shores of Africa. But for some a reason, somehow we survived it. Us, that's living in the Caribbean, in the Americas, you know, in the diaspora, we have been given the blessing of having made it. Um, no matter what the conditionalities have been, um, we have made it. Yet, we find ourselves in the position of hating ourselves, being cruel to each other, and the manifestations of being unjust with each other um, are constant as we live our lives every single day. We are indiscriminately killing each other, offering hostilities to each other, more especially to the black slash Bajan woman, children, and the elderly. And then we as men, and this offering is specific to men, Bajan men. We disproportionately harm each other, which is insidious just to think about it. That our ancestors would have wanted for us to be more than we are now, and that we want so little for ourselves that we visit crime upon each other disproportionately, speaks volumes to the fact that we don't understand our historical narrative or position or place in history at this time, that we would commit these acts of violence and maliciousness, that we would offer those things to each other and to our society as a whole. We go back and we look at those people who have struggled, the national heroes of Barbados, the common person in our community that wanted more for us than some of us want for ourselves, to try to bring us up from our bootstraps to places where we got free education today and an opportunity, even in spite of high unemployment and all of the other conditions that avail themselves to us, we can still find a way to make it if we try. Brothers, I want to speak to us today because it's on my heart to do that. And, you know, I may very well um, not be always right. I can't say that I'm always right. I'm human. I'm no different than you are. But when we look at ourselves, our greater selves, we must employ what is denizen? Not always right, but I'm very seldom wrong. As it comes to how we live and treat each other, how we treat the women, the first teachers in our lives, brothers and sisters, how we as men treat the women in our lives. We are guilty, I'm guilty of saying sometimes things that I shouldn't say in the past, even now, or things that I'm ashamed of. But hope springs eternal. We can change those things. Every day we wake up, strive for a better us, a stronger us, a more proportioned us. I'm not talking about physical proportionality. I'm talking about the spiritual and the mental proportionality. Where do we leave our children? The legacy I'm talking about, our women, the legacy, our communal and familial ties, family. When we allow ourselves to erect a partition of nothingness, of degradation, of disrespect to each other, we desecrate the memories and the graves of the ancestors, those who have gone on before us, the resting ancestors. We are given the tools to do better in this time. We have nanotechnology in the palms of our hands to be able to do the research necessary to make ourselves better by communication, by talk, by action. To kill another man, to violate your household. Brothers and sisters, no government can legislate for that, only against it, but governments cannot tell us who we should be deep inside of our souls. And when we promote acts of violence, acts of disrespect, we know that we're in a wrong place. Wrong as two left shoes. That we should come up out of that place and come to a place that's higher. We should come from the valley of violence to the mountaintop of sacredness and peace and harmony. Today, there are a lot of people hurting. I mean, the environment that we're living in today, right now, it's not easy. Not easy. But we can employ the methodology of each one reaching one, each one teaching one, reaching out, talking, resolution, even in our hours of darkest need. There is somebody there for us to reach out to, or there will be. But once you squeeze the trigger, there's no comeback from that. None whatsoever. And I would beckon to brothers and sisters who are incarcerated, who are in penal colonies anywhere, but in Barbados more especially. Don't encourage a young brother with a bright future ahead to come to a penal colony. If you have communication with your own children, your siblings' children, or someone else's, encourage them in the right direction, not to come to a place that is a penal colony, that is a place where they're going to be held with loss of freedom, brothers and sisters. We are on the precipice of greatness across Barbados. And I'm of the opinion that the Barbados we see now will not be the Barbados that we see in another 4 or 5 years, because I believe that the trajectory of the Prime Minister of Barbados and the government of Barbados is in an upward slant. So I am beckoning, I'm begging, um, those of you who hear my voice, who care to engage in conversation, to let's unite rather than be divided. Let us coalesce around a bigger, better Barbados.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.